All right, let's jump right into this one. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are taking a literary magnifying glass to a micro-story that is barely 100 words long, but somehow packs a compounding plot that could honestly rival a feature-length thriller. We're going to break down exactly how a super straightforward English lesson for a student named Vix absolutely transforms into a masterclass in narrative escalation.
So the whole thing kicks off so innocently. We've got a teacher offering this really warm, encouraging feedback to their student, promising to translate his story into simple English. But, don't let that cheerful, pedagogical framing fool you for a second. The stark contrast between this calm, educational tone and the sheer emotional weight we're about to uncover, it's actually astonishing. It totally sets us up for a nice, breezy lesson, but it is preparing to deliver an absolute roller coaster.
Right out of the gate, we get the title, The Lonely Shepherd Boy. I mean, just let that sit for a second. It reads almost like a cinematic title card, doesn't it? Before we even read the first actual sentence, the text is asking us to shift gears into this place of deep, somber empathy. We haven't even met the kid yet, but the emotional baseline of isolation and hardship is already locked in.
Let's look at how the author builds this protagonist's world using the most direct language possible. We have a lonely shepherd boy who possesses many sheep. Great. But then, one day his sheep were missing. And here is where the stakes just completely skyrocket. The text tells us the boy was sad because he was handicapped and could not find them. I mean, wow. Linger on those specific words. Lonely, sad, handicapped. The author isn't just giving us a generic missing items plot. They are establishing incredibly high emotional stakes and this profound sense of physical vulnerability. The protagonist literally cannot go out and search for his flock alone. The tension is palpable from word one.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting because the story immediately starts playing with our expectations. The boy needs help, right? So a dog helped him search for the sheep. Phew, a glimmer of hope. The trusty canine companion is here to save the day. But the dog also got lost. Boom, the ultimate betrayal by the universe. This is our first major narrative escalation. The rescuer now desperately needs rescuing. It's a classic storytelling trope, but it's delivered with absolutely zero filler. And things are about to snowball so fast. When we map this out chronologically, the speed of the crisis is kind of wild. First, the sheep vanish. Second, dog number one goes out and gets lost. Third, the boy and a second dog go out into the jungle to find them, and they get lost too. I mean, losing your sheep, then a dog, then yourself, and another dog all in one afternoon, that is an absurdly bad run of luck. It's this breathless compounding crisis. One problem turns into two, two turns into three. We just went from missing sheep to a physically vulnerable child and two animals stranded in a jungle. It proves how you can construct incredibly complex, escalating tension in mere sentences. It's almost terrifying if you really think about it. The jungle has literally swallowed up every single character we've been introduced to so far. The sheep? Gone. Dog 1? Gone. Dog 2? Gone. And now, the boy himself. The chaos of the wild has completely overtaken them, and the isolation is absolute. Every single party is lost. Now, the true genius here is the gap between how the story is being told versus what is actually happening on the ground. Think about the terrifying reality. A handicapped boy and his loyal animals are separated and lost in a highly dangerous jungle environment. But contrast that escalating chaos with the incredibly calm, simple vocabulary being used. The teacher is narrating a high-stakes survival thriller using the most basic, direct English possible. It's a masterclass in narrative efficiency. There's literally no panic in the prose, only in the plot. And then right when the tension hits its absolute peak, we get this line. The shepherd's father looked for everyone. Man, it's like taking a deep breath, isn't it? We are finally introduced to the ultimate rescue force. Notice the comforting finality of that word, everyone. He isn't just looking for the sheep. He isn't just looking for the boy. He is taking on the entire chaotic mess the jungle has created. It instantly grounds the narrative and wraps us in this sudden, much-needed sense of safety. The execution of that rescue is mathematically precise. Boom, boom, boom. 3 steps. Step 1, the father looks for everyone. Step 2, he actually finds the boy, the dogs, and all the sheep. Step 3, he brings them back home. Think about that. A multi-layered, snowballing crisis that took out 4 separate parties is completely resolved in just 3 short, incredibly simple sentences. It is highly satisfying storytelling. Which perfectly brings us to the resolution. Everyone was happy at home. Look at the journey we just took in a mere handful of words. The text traveled from a protagonist who is defined strictly as sad and lonely, all the way to a collective state of happiness and home. The contrast is stark, the emotional payoff is massive, and the narrative circle is completely, perfectly closed.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought. Does a story actually need big, complex words to make us feel something? Vix and his teacher just proved that the answer is a resounding no. Maximum emotional impact can absolutely be achieved with the simplest language imaginable. Sometimes the most powerful tool in your storytelling arsenal is just getting straight to the point. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.